Yo, hey friends. Happy day, November 14th. Hope you are well. It is the fall, and you hear some noises. They're just some puppies. You want to say something?
Hey guys, we wanted to both give y'all a shout out and an update from the Hoxie home.
So, been a wild one. Last 3-4 months, and just on the family front, you obviously still going through the process of grief, and not only for ourselves but helping our kids. And probably the biggest thing that's come out, I think for me, for both of us, is realizing that it takes a long time to get settled, and everything feels a little bit amplified, through the filter of Steve passing.
Yeah, I just want to say thanks for praying. Thanks for being in on the journey. I know we haven't gotten to connect with everybody and give the update about, how things are going, but just want to say thanks for being in it with us, for praying. It has been shocking and emotional and unifying and challenging all at the same time, but our continued prayer, and I think the miracle that we see, is we are continuing to be connected to each other and connected to Jesus, and that's how you can keep praying for us through just the practical of navigating this new normal for us.
Yeah, we really do appreciate everyone that reached out. A lot of people gave some meals, and so really thankful for that. On the family front though, school's on. Hallie's full on sophomore. She did homecoming probably a month ago, and as always was stunning. Jack finished up football. He's been hitting the weight room and enjoying his body, going through some upgrades. And Ben is as creative as ever. Cole's still a beast, and so kids are in the grind with us, still working on, hey, how do we live on mission together as we go through some of these normal pains of life? How do we do it together? So on the church front though, we kicked off a Sunday service this fall, back in August. And 2 life groups still up and running. And I think probably the most encouraging thing is we really do feel like we have a core of people that were here a year ago, went through culture class, and there's quite a bit of relationship and trust being built around this idea of, hey, we are doing relationship around Jesus.
Probably the other thing, we got to host Antioch Little Rock coming through Tulsa. They did their training school outreach here, and it really launched our church into the idea of living on mission. And so we are really working to activate our church in this next season, and maybe even next year, around what would it look like if we just got really, really good at loving God with all our heart and loving our neighbor as ourselves. And so we are getting activated to live on mission as people, as a family, and then even as a church. And so it's really exciting. We're expecting life groups to grow, church to grow.
Yeah, and I've been very encouraged at the testimonies are beginning to be normal of dogs are wrestling, of just normal people in our church that are actively looking to love coworkers, love people at the gym. And so whether it's praying for people, sharing the gospel, and so even different clients. And so we've been very encouraged that the core of our church really is embracing this alignment of, hey, we want to love God and love people really well. Not out on the broad end, but like in the daily grind of life. And so, it's been very encouraging from that front. Thank you all so much for your investment in our church, really believing in what God's doing. We are still 100% in on the word of the Lord that God is restoring the heart in the city of Tulsa. That continues to be kind of our anchor point as we look at Jesus. He's taken us back there time and time again. And so in regards to praying for us, obviously continue to pray that. But how else can people pray for us, babe?
That's a great question.
Oh
How
my
else?
goodness, you didn't think about that?
I think I said it, that we would be connected to God, that we would love each other, that Jesus would build the church, and that we would continue to get established.
Yeah, so praying for the restoration of the heart, but then the second word that has really come out of our weekly prayer times has been alignment. That as we are on mission, we are being aligned to love Jesus and love our neighbor as ourselves, and do that with all of our hearts. Not like, oh yeah, that's nice, I'm looking for a testimony, but like, no, that's really what's driving us. That's what's driving our lives, that Jesus would delight in us. But then
Well, it's like that we would just get, if we were good at anything, if there was two things that we could be good at, let it be that we would love the Lord our God with everything and love our neighbor.
So
that's a prayer.
Yeah.
Probably the last thing though is, just as we kind of near the end of the year, we are going to be living fully on support again for a whole nother year. So that's exciting. Thank you for being on our team, praying for us, and then giving financially. But just want to invite you, if you do year-end giving, or if you are interested in giving monthly throughout the year, we just want to invite y'all to either continue to give, thank you for that, or jump in. There's going to be a link or way to do that.
There's a button in the email.
Goes
to our website. It'll send you to Antioch Fort Collins. Our sending church is still where our support runs through. So
yeah, so thanks for being on our team, thanks for praying for us, and thanks for giving, thanks for loving our family. I have to show you one more puppy. They're just so cute.